Thank you.
We now have the clap.
We now have
That's
the clap.
a bit that you'll never get tired of.
No, I'll never get tired of the clap.
So,
what's this thought that you had to tell me?
It's not really a thought. I just opened up. So I never get on Snapchat. I don't even have notifications turned on for it.
Sure.
I'll just like check in because I'm a part of like several group snaps, and I'll
yeah.
check in like once or twice a day just to
see what's good.
Just to click through them real
Yeah.
quick because it's my brothers, and family, and close friends and stuff,
Yeah.
and so like we're also having the exact same conversations in like multiple other group chat
Right.
venues.
There's no realm in which Snapchat is the primary means of communication.
It's not even like the fourth or fifth. It's just
Yeah.
there. But anyway, so I had like a couple former students a bunch of years ago like add me on there. And so every once in a while when I open up Snapchat, it'll like take me right to the stories or whatever. And so I'll just like click through them, see what's going on, get rid of the notification.
Sure.
And the one I just opened up and saw is a former student who is going through the we're going to take shots. This weekend is going to be, she literally said, this weekend's going to be a movie.
Oh, no.
Because they
famous
go out,
last words.
They go out, no. She said this before. They just go out to bars and take shots and think they're the baddest B words alive. And it's just like, I remember being 22 or however fucking old she was, 23.
I have had in my life, I had a really negative experience with alcohol right when I first became of legal drinking age. And then I had another really bad party experience in November of this last year. And I'm good. There's not really a part of me that's like, yeah, I want to keep doing that, actually. I want to continue to hit rock bottom over and over and over again. What I do enjoy is now understanding as a grown-ass adult, like, what my limit is.
Yeah.
And getting, like, right up to that. And then, I'm good. Like, I don't really want to get drunk. I want to get to give me 30 minutes and I can drive myself home. That's where I want to be.
Just, like, hang out for a little while. I feel that.
Yeah, I want to sit on a couch.
I so rarely drink anymore.
At all?
Yeah, like
Do you drink? You don't drink like at your house or anything like that?
Not really.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I actually had a drink at my house.
Yeah, same.
I went to. We'll get to my trip to Houston, but like,
please don't kick that bottom piece
I'm
of the table off.
I'm aware. But no, I took a trip to Houston this past week, and I got like a little drunk at like my hotel. There's a restaurant, bar, and stuff, and I was hanging out with some people from the conference, and like I got like a little drunk. Aston can tell you we had a delightful little FaceTime where she laughed at me a lot.
I'm sure. Easy to do, laughing at you.
But I wasn't like acting a fool or whatever. I was just being a little goofy, and then I went to bed at a reasonable hour, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That's what I like doing.
I don't want to do anything that's not that, actually.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
Love that for your student. They will figure out quickly that that's not a sustainable lifestyle.
I don't know that she will.
Oof.
It's been a couple of years. I think she's like 23, 24.
Girly.
She graduated a while ago.
I mean, do your thing, but like, damn.
Oh, I'm just like, I'm watching alcoholism develop.
Yeah.
Is what's happening. And it is not my place to step in and tell her what to do. She's an adult.
Yeah, exactly. It's a grown-ass adult. You're not friends, really.
And she's not at all, but she's very much entrenched in the lifestyle that she's doing. Like, she thinks that it's like the best way to live. And she's like, I got me and my girlies.
Sure.
And we're looking out for each other.
Doing our
Ain't nobody gonna fuck with us.
Sure.
She's one of those. So whatever.
Do your thing.
Bad decisions await.
Yeah, bad
Have
decisions
fun with those.
Are imminent.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So, anyway.
Hate that. You ready to get started? You ready to do the intro?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back to the Pyramid, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Amanda, and I'm your host every single freaking week, except for the weeks that I'm not.
And I'm Eli, the dipshit participation trophy of co-hosts.
Why don't you get that noise on over here and give me a high five? We're going to do it at the same time. Ready? Nice.
You remember those tubes that you could turn upside down? And
Yeah.
What are those called? Someone, if you know.
They're called tubes.
Right.
Duh, obviously.
Yeah, dear listeners, if you know what those are called.
Write in. We're standing by.
Yeah, write in and then drop your Venmo and I'll give you $1.
Somebody DM'd us on Instagram and was like, Slay Amanda, thank you so much for being a comedic genius. She's like, good luck on your stand-up show. And also your twitch in your eye and your irritability might be a sign of low magnesium. And I was like, okay, we're playing armchair doctor this week on the Pyramid Pod, but okay. I did used to take magnesium supplements because they are a muscle relaxer naturally. There's two different kinds of magnesium that you can get in pill vitamin form. One will like make you shit your pants. The other kind is like for your gut health, and it will make you fall asleep like pretty quickly. It's awesome.
Disclaimer for legal reasons. Amanda and I are not and do not claim to be doctors or medical health professionals.
For legal reasons, I am a dumbass.
Please talk to your doctor about your magnesium needs.
Yeah. Your magnesium.
I was going to say, yeah, we're fucking locked in.
We really are.
2 high fives in the first 5 minutes.
So true. 3. We did 1 off camera. So.
Damn.
What do you want to do? You want to just jump straight into your pyramid?
I want to talk about the pyramid of life.
Let's do it. What's on your bottom of the pyramid?
Underwear.
Bruh?
Oh, of the pyramid.
Bruh.
I just meant what's on
Not
my
on
bottom.
your bottom.
Your couch is on my bottom.
Nice.
The bottom of my pyramid is people at the airport. Both other flyers
Speak on it.
And TSA.
Speak on it.
First of all, TSA is one of the most worthless groups of people. No. They don't protect you.
Well, they could in theory.
They do not.
But they could.
There have been so many different times where like their actual attention to security has been tested and they failed. I think I read between 90 and 95% of the time.
Did you rage Google this as you were getting more and more angry with TSA?
Yes.
Sure.
And so like they miss 90 to 95% of all contraband that goes through. So they're not protecting anyone. They're just there to harass you.
Disclaimer, this does not apply to the dogs. The canine unit of TSA is
they're doing their best.
unflappable.
I said people in the airport.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't keep you safe. They're there to harass you. Louis C.K., who is a problematic human being, whatever, he has a great bit about...
He showed a lot of women his great bits. He alleges that they are great, and he alleges that they gave him permission. Anyway, continue.
Anyway, he has a great bit about it. But it's and then like the people who act like they've never been in an airport before and have
people
no
at the airport
clue
for real
how to go through it. Like they're shocked when they're like, all right, take your shoes off, put your stuff on the thing, walk through the metal detector, and they're just like, wait, but
do I have to take my shoes off? It's like,
yeah, am I allowed to have this 12-pack of water? No.
What did that person just say to you?
Yeah. Take your shoes off. Why are your shoes still tied?
Do
you have 2 pairs of shoes on? What's happening?
I can't stand people who don't have spatial awareness in public.
Right.
It like really cooks my grits. And that at the airport, people walking slow as fuck in the middle of the like corridor where like you're trying to get to the different gates at your terminal. I'm like, literally move out of the fucking way. Either walk faster or scoot over, but don't walk in the center. It's like in high school. Don't walk in the center of the hallway super fucking slow.
Yeah.
Like, pick up the pace. I have a flight to catch, girl. I don't know what you're doing, but I have places to be.
Yeah, the airport is just such an inherently stressful place.
Yeah.
Because, like, the plane won't wait for you if you miss it. Dude, whatever. People, if you've been to the airport, you know what I'm griping about.
Yeah. It sucks.
If you don't relate to what I'm talking about, you're the problem.
Yeah.
Evaluate yourself. Next time you're in the airport, be like, am I walking slowly? Am I in the way?
Yeah.
Do I know how security works? Can I prepare myself for this?
Be introspective.
Don't wear a big fucking jacket with like metal buttons on it that you have to unzip and then unclasp and take off. Be aware.
Put the slip-ons on. Your orthopedic grandma slip-ons. I always wear my Nike Dunks that are over there by my door.
Perfect.
Because I can slip them on and off without having to tie them.
Perfect.
My Crocs if I'm really feeling frisky.
I single knot my shoes. I unknot them as I'm walking through security.
You whip out the license in line before you get to the checkpoint.
I have everything in a fanny pack. I very rarely travel with a carry-on. So I take, even if I do,
really?
It's like fanny pack, phone.
You're checking a bag?
Done.
Checking a bag?
I check a bag every time.
I can't check a bag.
You want to know why? Because when I get on the plane, I don't want to have to worry about overhead bin space, putting stuff under the seat.
Fair.
I have my fanny pack. It's got a charger, my AirPods, all my identification, my phone.
Hell yeah, you're stacked up.
I'm good.
I personally don't like checking a bag because I don't like... If I'm traveling by myself or if I'm going to travel for work, I want to go home immediately. I don't want to wait at baggage claim. I want to take my shit and go back to my house. And also I just like having my stuff. I'm a control person, so I have all my stuff with me. But I have a hard shell carry-on that I do put on the overhead thing. And every time I do it and do it by myself, and people are like, do you need help? I'm like, no, I got it. I'm like, that's a win for feminism. I can put my hard shell case up in the thingy by myself.
Got this dog?
Period.
Cool. Yeah, people at the airport are the worst, though.
True. Bottom of my pyramid is being in a fucking car accident.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we didn't do an episode last week was because on the day we were supposed to record, I got into a car accident that totaled my car and it brought me within an inch of my life. And it was ass. And I have enormous bruises all over my abdomen and my hips from my seatbelt. And luckily, miraculously, no one was hurt. It also was not my fault. And like, I'm in this place where I'm having to remind myself it wasn't my fault because I was getting off at an exit and like I saw all these people braking really suddenly and slowing down really suddenly. And it was like, oh my God, like I hate when people do this. I slammed on my brakes. I did not hit the person in front of me. And I thought to myself, I hate when that happens. That's how you get into car accidents. And I used to drive think like the Brave Little Toaster. I used to drive that as a car.
Yeah, it was this little white dinky thing.
It was beige. It was tiny baby. To the point where people used to think that I didn't have a back seat. Like itty bitty baby car.
You had a back seat?
Yes.
Oh.
I love that car so much. I love that car. It was a Chevy Spark and it was awesome. Anyway.
Not a sponsor, but could be.
Not a sponsor, but could be. But I thought to myself, like, I hate when people brake so suddenly. That's how you get into a car accident. And then a Bronco behind me slammed into me, and then I hit the person in front of me.
Oh, so you got
sandwiched. But the person behind the Bronco was a 15-passenger van who did not brake. Was I think going fully like 45 miles an hour. Hit the Bronco hit me, I hit the SUV in front of me, and that SUV hit the person in front of them. It was that 15-passenger van was moving with that fast of a clip. It was that bad.
Well, it's got a lot of weight to it, too.
Exactly. And so, my car's totaled, but my car was really cheap. It doesn't take a lot to total a tiny little car like that. It's not that big of a deal. But, like, I had not been in a car accident that serious before, but like I couldn't get out of my car.
Yeah.
It was smoking. It's
bad for his lungs.
The alarm was going off.
Ugh.
I couldn't open the doors. Like it was so scary. I really thought I was like, and I got like shifted back and forth a bunch of times. Like when that car hit me, I hit the car in front of me, and then that car hit that car and then came back. So I went like 3 or 4 times between cars. Fuck. It was terrifying. So luckily, I was right by my office and I called my boss, who did not answer the phone.
Cool.
And I was like, sick, thank you so much. And then I called our like VP of Ops, who was waiting for me in a meeting. And I was like in hysterics, like literally screaming and like crying a ton. Being like, I'm in a car accident, I've been in an accident. And he was like, what's going on? You know, and like, I was close enough to my office. I was at, I'll tell you, I'm not going to dox myself, but I was right by my office at a place where you would know where I was. So I was super, super close. So they were able to come get me and like take me to the office. My parents live in town. They were able to come pick me up and take me back to my house. And like, I walked away fine. I didn't hit my head. The airbags didn't go off. Like, but it was so...
That's wild that the airbags didn't go off.
I know. My boss was like, you might be able to get some money for them not going off if your car's total.
When I got rear-ended at about 70 miles an hour, mine didn't go off
I don't think they go off if you're rear-ended. I think...
Which is ridiculous.
Airbags are supposed to keep you from a head-on collision.
Yeah, but they should go off.
They absolutely should. I'm just saying, I don't think that's why they didn't.
Whiplash back and then are slamming forward.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ridiculous.
This is kind of gone now, but I had a bruise on the back of my hand.
I can see it.
I have like my abs are just like covered in bruises. Have one like from my seatbelt, like really, really gnarly stuff. So
fuck.
That's why we didn't have an episode last week, team. It's because I got in a fucking car accident.
Hooray.
Jeez. Eli, what's the middle of your pyramid, bruh?
The middle of my pyramid is traveling specifically for work.
Mm-hmm. Retweet.
I went to Houston this past week. I got to go to a conference. It was
for a conference on not profiting.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Specifically volunteerism and things like that. It was a really worthwhile experience.
Oh, cute.
Houston was cool.
H-Town.
The
That's
food
where Megan Thee
there-
Stallion's from.
Cool.
And Lizzo.
I didn't see her there.
And Beyonce.
Wait, that's not true. Megan Thee Stallion was performing there.
I bet that it's her hometown show. I bet that was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't go. A couple women next to me at a Mexican restaurant, a Tex-Mex restaurant, they gave me a piece of their cheesecake.
Bitch, oh my God, a cheesecake for
Yeah.
you? Dog, I almost bought tickets with me and a bestie to go to Megan Thee Stallion in Memphis. And then I was like, I don't think we're supposed to go. It was another white person. I was like, that's not our concert.
You're
We
allowed to
shouldn't.
go.
I don't know.
Just don't
Like,
sit
we
in the
shouldn't
front.
really be there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Continue.
So the experience was really great. Obviously, I had airport issues, but that's neither here nor there. The great part about it was that I had a really great experience. Also, Addison met me down there.
Cute.
So, like, I had the conference for a few days, and then she and I stayed an extra, like, day and a half or whatever, and just got to spend a bunch of time together. It was
Nice.
wonderful.
Yeah.
The Mexican restaurant, I don't even remember what it was called, but man, that
Slay.
was like a life-changing quesadilla.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Sometimes
great.
that happens.
Our server was struggling so much. This poor kid was having such a
Like
tough
a high
time.
school or college kid.
College kid. He messed up both of our orders, and then the women next to us gave us a piece of their cheesecake. He came back and was like, "Did I accidentally ring
like,
y'all up for a piece of
no.
cheesecake?" We're like, "No." His name was Sam. My brother's name is Sam as well.
Oh, bless.
And I was like, "Sam, you're really okay, man." And we left him a really nice tip and everything. But he
Poor
was he was
kid.
struggling, man. Like every step of the way. It was,
And as someone who's worked in food service, every time that happens, you're like, you're good. I'm not gonna
promise.
yell at you. I'm gonna tip you anyway. You're good.
we got nowhere to go, man.
Yeah, you're
bring
good,
us
dude.
some food and we're happy.
And we're good. Yeah.
The downside of all this travel was coming back to 37,000 emails.
yeah.
And not all of them are just like, okay, that's a meeting. I'll accept that on my calendar. Okay, that's good to know. Great. It was all like shit I had to not only respond to, but like do something before responding to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the middle of my pyramid.
That's fair. The middle of my pyramid is this pattern that me and my sister are in right now. We are going to the pool at her like development, like the house where she and my brother-in-law live, like almost every weekend. And what?
Invite me.
Okay.
What is this?
Do you want to go to the pool on Saturday?
Do you know who invited me before you did? I think Faith
my sister.
did.
Oh, I believe that about Faith.
Yeah.
But Faith's pool's gross.
Oh, is
It's
it?
not gross. Let me take that back. Faith's pool is really small, and there are a lot of kid families, and it's older. So it's a different vibe. Neely, my sister, and her husband live in like a new housing development. This is the first summer the pool's been open. So it's big, and it's clean, and it's just
Nice.
like not as old. But anyway.
All right. See you there.
Yeah, see you there on Saturday. But we're like in this habit of going to the pool every Saturday, and we hacked the system this last Saturday.
How so?
So I figured out I take pool day very seriously.
Yes.
I've got that igloo cooler on the top of my refrigerator. I've got a
Sunscreen.
bog bag that I got for free at work, which is like one of those crock bag things. It looks like a giant crock that you put stuff in.
That's insane.
It's awesome. It's like waterproof. It's rubber. And I'm packing the snacks. I'm packing that bog bag. Like I used to have a roommate who was a PA, and she taught me like the right way to put on sunscreen. Like I'm ready to go. The tea about putting on sunscreen, if you are a white person, as we are, it sounds psychotic, but hear me out.
You are.
So are you. It sounds psychotic, but hear me out. Get buck naked, bare ass naked.
I'm there.
Lather in the stuff that comes out of the bottle, not the spray,
Right.
over every part of your body. Is even like on the peripheral of like where your swimsuit is, get a little bit underneath where your swimsuit would be too, and just stand and let it soak in. Yup. And then when you're at the pool, you can reapply with the spray.
Yeah.
But you don't start out with the spray.
You need a rubbed in base layer.
Correct. And you
100%.
and you can't just like rub it in and then like put your pants on and go. First of all, you shouldn't be wearing pants in the pool. Second of all, you got to let it sink
should I not?
in. You got to let it sink in,
Full denim jeans.
Got to let that sink in. It's outside ringing the doorbell. Let that sink in.
That's one of my favorite memes.
I know. It's so funny. Anyway, so like I'm doing all that. I got the pool. I've got the towel, whatever. Neely and I figured out if you stand in the 4 foot, because I'm 5'5", Neely's like a little bit shorter than me. We were standing in the 4 foot like part of the pool, up like on the wall, And you should go watch our YouTube video if you're not watching, but this is what we were doing. So we're standing
I'm going to
here,
narrate as you're...
and our arms are up like this on the wall.
Yeah.
Pull a towel underneath your arms like this. But we're not just standing there like this. We have our e-readers. We have our Kindles, and we're reading like this.
Yeah.
And then right here is the cooler with all the snacks. So we're just standing like this in the pool, like cows wading around in a standing pool of water.
As cows are known to do.
Like this. And then my sister's next to me, and so I'd be like, you know what? And I hate that bitch for this reason. You know, we would talk shit or whatever, and then be like, back to our books.
Can I tell you something?
It was awesome. But the reason it's in the middle is because I also got stung by a bee at the pool on Saturday. After I got in a car accident, I got stung by a bee on Saturday.
That sucks a lot. Speaking of hacking the system at the pool, first of all, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's at Eli_farmer_.
Eli's a good Instagram follow. I'm not going to lie.
Thank you.
You're
my
welcome.
most recent posts are some pictures of Houston. One being the insane pool that was at my hotel. Nice. There was a lazy river in the shape of Texas.
That's awesome.
That was, and then there's like actually a couple of pools. But I
keep going.
Went to the pool. I had like an afternoon free with no sessions or whatever. I went down there. I set a towel down on the edge of the pool. I had my book. I was doing
what are
the
you
exact same
reading?
thing. Iron Gold. It's the fourth one of the Red Rising series. Nice. I'm a slut for Red Rising.
The red. Is it blue? Is it red, white, and aren't they like colors?
There's 14 of them, but yes.
What?
Red is the low color. There's like a series of low colors.
Okay.
They're the mid colors, and then golds are like the top of the hierarchy.
I finished a book yesterday, and I buddy read with a friend of mine at work, where we like read a book together. We read a book apart. We read a book together.
That's cute.
Read it apart. It's awesome. But she hasn't finished her apart book, and I have. So now I'm like, fuck, I have to find something else to read before we read our book together, and I'm struggling to find something.
Well, I don't know how you feel about sci-fi, but Red Rising is one of the best.
I really like fantasy stuff if I can get into it, but I struggle sometimes because I'm not a world person. I'm a character person.
This is both.
Okay. But I really like Throne of Glass, and Throne of Glass is both.
Okay.
It's about geographical politics and character development, so it's both. So anyway, where are we?
You just finished your middle, so it's my top.
Yeah.
Top of my pyramid was your fucking stand up, bro.
Oh, bitch, stop.
It was, dear listener and viewer, when I tell you that Amanda crushed it, that doesn't even begin to describe what happened. Hold on. The first person that performed, are they a listener of the podcast?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
They know I have a podcast, and they know it's this, but I don't think that they listen.
Got it. They, in my opinion, struggled a little bit.
Sure.
Like the timing and the pacing was a little off. They seemed maybe a little nervous. The
nerves were real.
The content was, I'll just say, unoriginal. Not my cup of tea. Pratik was funny.
Who went after me.
He is delightful. I think he just is a very engaging person. A lot of his jokes were about that. Him being like very extrovert. And he's like, we're going to be friends, whether you like it or not.
Against your will, we will be friends.
Very funny.
Very that.
Amanda was like a fucking pro up there. You fed, I'll talk to you instead of about you in front of you. Like your timing and everything were flawless. You were funny and original. And then, like, your interaction with the crowd, like, there was no crowd work, but you, like, understood the energy and, like, went to stop for laughs that were very genuine. I don't know if you heard me. I was dying. I was in the back corner just dying. I very much mean this when I say, like, I knew you were going to be good, but it was, like, shocking how good you were.
Thank you.
That was fucking dope, dude. I was so excited for you.
Thank you. That's really sweet. I
top of the pyramid.
There were so many wonderful people in my life who were there, and I very much heard different people at different points. And I heard you, I heard Bestie Rachel, I heard my boss. My boss wound up coming.
Rachel.
Yeah, it was like, okay, like I can't really see the audience like that, but I saw you guys beforehand, so I knew where you were sitting. So it's like I have a feel of who's in this room and like what's going down, So.
Yeah, you absolutely crushed it. Top of the pyramid for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, my stand-up is also the top of my pyramid, not because of how good I was and how much I crushed it, but just like that whole experience was so cool.
Yeah.
And
also the food was great. Sorry.
Also, shouts out to 615 Chutney if you're in the Nashville area. It's like bomb Indian food.
It was
like
legitimately good.
Smacks crazy. That food was so good.
Yeah, I had a very, very full plate.
Oh yeah, and then he was like, here's some takeout boxes. Like, take some home. Everybody was like, hell yeah. Like, hell yeah, I'm taking some home. But it was really cool because I had so many people, like I said, like in my real life who genuinely like supported me. And like, I don't know. It was just like, it made me feel like even if I fuck this up, I'm still having fun. Like, I'm taking a stand-up class at our local comedy club in Nashville, and we were talking about, like, the rule of performing, which is have fun. And you should have fun for two reasons. One, because if you're having fun, the audience will have fun. Mm-hmm. And two, if they're not having fun, fuck them, you're having fun. And
that's what I think about me telling jokes. like, hey, even if
hey,
y'all aren't
you know
laughing,
what? You're doing your thing, and you're doing Eli, and like, love that for you.
Yeah.
But it was such a supportive environment, and I was also shocked at like I like crushed it.
Yes.
Like, that sounds so self-congratulatory, but I kept like people kept asking me like, how are you feeling? Are you nervous? And I was like, no. And the reason is because in every other artistic discipline, in any like instrumentalist or any like theater thing or any choir thing, any other performing thing I've ever done, I have like learned how to do it, right? It's been like a concerted effort to like take lessons, learn how to do whatever.
Right.
I've never had to do that with being funny. I have been funny my entire life. The lore in my family is that I was funny before I was verbal. Like, before I could speak, I was doing shit to make people laugh. Like, for example, you know, like you give a kid like a pacifier that has like the little rubber piece. When my mom wasn't looking, when she would hold me and I would look over, you know, like be like over her shoulder looking at someone else. And there's video of me doing this. I could flip the pacifier so that the little rubber piece would like go up my nose. And then when my mom would look, I would flip it back. And I did not have the cognitive power of long-term memory or the ability to speak.
Right.
And I was making people laugh. And when like my walkout song played and I started out by being like, what the hell is up, Nashville? And I was like, this is it. This is what I'm supposed to be doing is even just for today. This is today's purpose.
Yeah, what the hell is up, Nashville? Really
dude,
got me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell is up, Nashville? It was awesome. I told a bunch of good jokes. I made my boss laugh. I told a joke about my boss.
Oh, yeah.
That really got him. It was so funny. I, at one point, had made a joke about... I had made a joke that part of the punchline was about men, like, who are annoying and gross saying the word dead ass unironically. Yeah. And then, like, I set up a joke about my boss, and then I said something about my boss, and I was like, just kidding, please don't fire me. And then everybody kind of laughed, and then I was like, my boss is like, call a meeting with Amanda, reevaluate benefits package, learn what the word dead ass means.
Yeah, that one really...
And it really, like, got people. It was really funny. I told a true story at the end about meeting Pratik's family for the first time as, like, basically a teenager. That is both of those stories about his mom and his dad are real, actual stories that happened.
Yeah.
I stuck the landing. And it was like the perfect ending because I had the punchline of the insane thing that his dad said to me one time. People are laughing, and as people are laughing, I'm like, my name's Amanda. You guys have been great. Have a good night. And like, that was it. Like,
you were like a pro.
Thank you.
It's legit like a pro.
Thanks. So, and that there's like a chance that is going to turn into a long-term thing at that restaurant. So there's a chance that
really?
Have I told you about this?
No.
So the gag is that the restaurant owner came up to me afterwards and he was like, we have comedy nights like once every couple of months. You have a 30-minute slot if you want it. Like, no problem.
Fuck yeah. 30
Like,
minutes?
yeah, which is twice what I did.
That's crazy.
And I was like, hell yeah, dude. So like, that could be like a thing for me for real, actually, to like get paid to like be funny.
That's so sick.
So
that is so sick.
It was so good. It was so much fun.
How good?
It was like the best thing ever. So Anyway, that was also top of my pyramid. Not just because I crushed it, but like the whole experience was just like the best.
For sure.
Are you ready to talk about this episode?
You bet your bottom dollar I am.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother, indeed.
Okay, previously on. Oh, wait, we're talking about Season 3, Episode 31, Clash of the Dance Moms.
Season 3, Episode 35 on Hulu.
Yeah. Every time I watch it on Hulu, I do look it up on Dance Moms Wiki.
The holy text, of course.
The holy text, and it says 31. So, previously on, we had the dance concert, frustratingly referred to as the concert, not the recital.
Yeah.
We see the very upsetting footage of Abby, like, at finger gunpoint, making Maddie be like, ask for another solo. I'm going to do it again. Ask for another solo,
Volunteer.
You dumb idiot kid, stupid idiot person.
Volunteer now.
Volunteer against your own will. Literally. And then Kelly being like, I can't do this. And then I just have an out of context note here that the coming up on for this episode sounds crazy. And it is. It's nuts.
I never watch those because I don't want to misremember the order in which things actually happen.
That's fair. I only watch them for... Do you watch the previously on and then you just skip the...
Previously on sometimes
I always watch the previously on and it's like... It's right after it.
Yeah.
Okay, we start this episode in Pennsylvania in the main studio like we usually do.
Yep.
Jill, in her talking head, says that she misses Kelly. No one really knows where she is. You know, we get that for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, which is strange because I thought that Jill only missed the taste of Abby's boots.
She misses... Oh, wait, you're not going to understand this joke because you're like 45. Never mind.
God damn it.
I was going to say she misses The Rage. That was like a song that was on TikTok for a long time. It was called I Miss the Rage. But never mind, doesn't matter.
What's TikTok?
Yeah. Honestly, sometimes I wish I didn't know.
A tic-tac? Like the breath mint?
Yeah, TikTok, like Kesha. So the Pyramid of Children. The child who sucked the most. Paige.
Obviously a Highland.
Duh. She ruined her chance to have a solo because she...
Didn't want to learn a new dance.
Yeah, basically. So she... I don't know. Still, the jury's still out. Experts are still trying to figure out why she's at the bottom.
Results are inconclusive thus far.
Yeah, thank you. This is a fluid situation. Brooke is next because Brooke could have sung her song, and Abby's like, I was trying to resurrect that old flop Tina of a song, and Brooke wasted her opportunity, blah, blah, blah.
Well, it wasn't the kids, though. She consistently...
Also, this isn't a concert for singing. It's allegedly a concert of dancing.
Yeah, she was trying to give the kids a chance, and then Kelly pulled them out because Abby's the worst.
Yeah, she's John Ralphio. The worst. She's the worst. Yeah.
She's the worst.
Asia is next. Shockingly.
Yeah.
I am shocked that she's being held appropriately accountable because that girl put her pants on backwards last week.
Yeah, Abby even acknowledged that she did the solo really well.
Yeah, she said you did really exciting tricks, but you put your pants on backwards.
Your pants were on backwards, you fool.
It was pretty funny. It was, yeah, like in my notes again, I have, it seems pretty reasonable that this is, what she gets for that. Nia, again, we get this, it's good, it could be better, nondescript bullshit.
Well, she makes the comment that, like, what do you do better than everyone else here?
She's like, I'm not actively in trouble. Does that give me anything?
No. It further cements the fact that Nia is, like, the filler child. She's just also there. Never gets in trouble, never shines. She's just there. She's glue that holds the group together. Yeah,
and Holly interjects out loud in this moment and says, if Nia could get a little bit more of your time and attention, she would do really well with it. She needs a little bit of it.
And Abby's like, oh, you fucking think so? We'll see about that.
Yeah. The middle of the Pyramid of Children, the next one is Mackenzie, because she didn't know enough nerd poses.
Abby said that. She was like, you did well with the magazine shoot. They said you made a good-looking nerd. You just need to know more nerd moves and poses. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck does that mean? What? Like, the fuck? I'm so...
Nerd moves.
You don't know enough nerd poses? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, you would know, huh?
Damn it.
Like, what the fuck does that even mean? It's so annoying. And again, had no feedback to do with the performance.
No.
Nothing to do with the dance or the team. No, it was that she wasn't the life of the party when it came to that magazine photo shoot. What the fuck is a nerd pose?
I
don't get it.
I want to give Abby 30 seconds. Be like, show me all the nerd poses that you have.
Yeah. What do you know about a nerd pose?
Talk me through what you think a nerd pose is.
You tell me what you think is happening right now.
Yeah.
And then Maddie, because Maddie didn't volunteer for another solo. It's interesting that this is the only child who gets this feedback.
Yeah.
Because when she said who else wants a solo, it was like
everyone.
Children. And then she was like Maddie. And then Maddie's the only one who's getting, a slap on the wrist for not volunteering. But it was an open offer to all the children. But Maddie's the only one who's getting the feedback from it.
Well, because Abby wants her to do those kind of, she doesn't give a shit if any of the other kids do it. She's just like, yeah, I want Maddie to do it. Oh, you didn't do it, Maddie. I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, so weird. Chloe's next. Abby says she was the MVP because of the way that she adjusted the spacing to make up for Paige. And I also had the thought of why is she not on the top? Yep. But Kendall is on the top because she's the face of this magazine.
Yeah.
So
nothing to do with dancing, though.
No, it doesn't.
But
she won a contest.
Abby is all about fame.
She's all about winning. Yeah. So
okay, sure.
Whatever.
And honestly, good for Kendall, right?
Well,
Jill kind of makes a comment about this that Kendall hasn't been mentioned or talked about almost at all for a bunch of episodes in a row. So now she gets some recognition for doing something.
But Jill, very an interesting Freudian, not even a Freudian slip, just a weird thing to say. She says, Kendall and I have worked so hard to get her here.
Yeah, it's good that we finally get the recognition that we deserve. Jill, easy there.
Yeah, okay, that's really interesting. Also, there's a joke in my brain that's cooking that I can't not think about, and I have to say it out loud so I can stop thinking about it. There has to be something, go with me.
I'm there.
About, do you know what a slip is of clothing? If someone talks about wearing a slip, do you know what that is? It's what...
Pretend that I'm a dumb man and don't know anything.
Easy. It's it's a thing that your grandma might wear underneath a long skirt if she was afraid it was see-through. So it's usually this material, this sateen kind of material. Okay. And you put it underneath clothing to as an extra layer of not exposing yourself.
Okay.
Sometimes they're full body slip, and if you in another context it looks like lingerie, but it usually just goes underneath something else. It's usually not the main event. There's something in there somewhere about the underwear that you wear to therapy being a Freudian slip. I don't know how to get there, but
oh, that's real dumb.
It's
I like
something.
It.
There's something
no, that's
there.
Good.
You can have that one for free.
I like that.
Internet.
It's one that you wear while smoking a cigar and
Freudian something.
Thinking about banging your mom, I think.
Yeah.
Freud was a lot.
Freud was one that was we all want to have sex with our moms.
Yeah. No, bro, that's probably just you.
I think that's an Oedipus complex, brother. I think that's just you.
Yeah.
I think you're self-reporting.
Yes.
You want to have sex with your mom.
Telling on your
And he's right? Everyone's no.
Smoke your cigar and shut up.
And shut the hell up. Okay, we see rehearsal time. The group routine goes first. Oh, no, wait, sorry. She's explaining the group routine, not rehearsing. Right. The group routine is called Open Waters. They're both, there's a group number and a trio, both water themed, which I thought was interesting. Open Waters.
I'm just happy we're not talking about doing anything super culturally appropriate.
Right.
Or
this week is about
insane.
Rosa Parks. Yeah, or something crazy.
I was happy. I almost didn't hear it at first.
You're like,
every time she announces the group routine, I'm like, well, here we fucking go.
Right.
Stepping into the eye of the hurricane.
Yeah. Just open waters.
Pun slightly intended.
There you go. Kathy's going to be there. Let's fucking go. We're going to believe in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
They hype this up so much.
Yeah, Kathy will be there.
They bring it up constantly. Almost every scene, they're talking about the other person.
Yeah. They're really hamming that up. And Melissa in her talking head is I hate when Kathy's at competitions because it turns Abby into a different person.
It's just a worse version of herself. Not a different person.
Yeah, it's just worse.
She's just a little
just
worse.
Her times 4.
Yeah.
We are getting a trio this week. It's Kendall, Chloe, and it was going to be Maddie, but because of reasons, it's now Nia. She's like, and just kidding. Actually, it's Nia.
Maddie does not even react.
Maddie's like,
She's
okay, cool.
Finally, I don't have to be the star of everything.
And which is weird. I kind of thought they would make that a plot point about her having like a week off.
Me too.
And they didn't.
This whole episode was edited very strange.
Yeah, it was really
It's
choppy.
always a little clunky, but this one I thought was particularly
Well, at this point, the reason for that is because their turnaround time is like 3 weeks. It's like they record and 3 weeks later it's on television. And for a 45-minute, an hour-long TV show, that's not a lot of time to edit.
I don't know.
So it's just kind of like, slapping shit together and seeing what sticks.
Brandon's
and Abby's like,
his hair's on fire.
I know, bless him. He needs a raise. And Abby's like, we are not going to lose to that evil woman. I am the only evil woman in your life. And the girls kind of giggle, and it's really cute. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It was a nice, acknowledgement. It kind of, takes you out of it a little bit, because I feel like that's something that might have normally been edited out or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I kind of thought that too.
hearing the kids get to laugh and Abby not literally slitting their throat in the room.
Hearing their friend take her last breath as Abby eviscerates her, yeah.
Well, the Highlands weren't there, so she's like, I'll hold the murder off until another time.
That's true. She's like, none of you incite murderous rage in my spirit, because the Highlands aren't here.
Quite like Brooke and Paige.
I'll chill, yeah. Okay, we cut to being in Ohio. Kathy and her little squad are together. She's like, I can't wait to compete against Abby again. We have a brand new team.
Fucking dude, it's so sad. She's trying instead of developing kids and making her current kids better, she just keeps going and bringing in these all-stars from across the country, just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. She's like the Oklahoma City Thunder a decade ago when they just tried to get every superstar player to win a championship and still couldn't do it.
Damn. Yeah, there you go. She kind of gives us a rundown at one point about all these different moms. She says that one of the highlights is that she's really good friends with Lucas's mom on Facebook. Okay, sick. Who gives a shit? But okay, cool.
I almost just spit my water everywhere.
And I'm really good friends with Lucas's mom on Facebook.
We poke each other.
Yeah, great. We send each other buttons. We play Farmville.
Do you remember what? Oh, Farmville.
Yes, I do.
Remember poking?
Yes,
that was the highest form of flirting.
I was in the depths of it. What people think that Tumblr was for some kids, Facebook was for me. I was Facebook fiend. I got my Facebook when I was in the 7th grade, and I would literally journal entry fantasize about what my statuses would be.
Amazing.
I'd be like, oh my god, and they're put me in handcuffs, lock me in prison. I should not have had access to social media that early.
I get memories constantly of first the statuses used to start with the word is.
Eli Farmer is whatever.
Super bored. Yeah. Lol. Someone text me.
Lamau.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. So cringy.
Rafflecopter. So, at this point now we get the backstory from all these new people that we will probably never see ever again. Or at least not consistently.
Yeah. Meeting the Candy Apple's parents is always really strange because I'm like, are they going to be around or not?
Yeah. Do I need to remember this? Probably not. But we get Hadley and Yvette again, who we have met before. Yvette and Hadley are the roadkill Abby Lee's Ultimate Dance Competition. That was their lore.
And Hadley is the best dancer, probably. She's very good.
And we have Nakaya and Black Patsy again.
We know them.
Yes. And Kathy is like, I've brought Nakaya in because Black Patsy has sworn her allegiance to me, or some crazy shit like that.
She defended me against Abby.
Against the forces of evil.
But Black Patsy doesn't care. That wasn't about you. That was just about Black Patsy wanting to fight somebody.
Right. She had pent up rage that she needed to get out. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see Mary, who we've seen before. We brought her back apparently because her mom is a fighter and won't take shit. And so she's like, I need her around Abby so that I don't have to take shit from Abby.
Yeah, that was Gina D. What about Mary?
Yeah. What about Mary? Apparently Yvette and Asia's mom had beef during the Abby Lee's Ultimate Dance Competition. We see a flashback of this.
Legit beef, yeah.
They were about to either fight or kiss. I don't know. But they were really up in each other's business, yelling at each other. Kathy says that the group is going to pulverize Abby Lee Miller or Abby Lee Dance Company. So they're here to fight.
Speaking of fighting and kissing, one of my favorite,
scared.
one of my, a real, probably a TikTok first. Don't come after me. I'm a boomer right now.
True.
But a reel I saw on Instagram is these two big, like manly men.
Oh, yeah.
Just like bearded dudes, big old bellies or whatever.
Yep.
They're in like a warehouse of some kind. And one guy like throws something at another to like mess with him or whatever. And they're like pretending like they're going to fight or whatever. And one guy's like, what's up, bro? And the other's like, it's whatever. And he's like, it's whatever, huh? What are we about to do? Fight or fuck? And the guy goes, oh, he goes, either way, I'm getting naked. And they both start laughing. Oh, it's so
That's
good.
Awesome. Okay, we cut back to being in Pennsylvania. We're 3 days out from the competition, and we're in rehearsal for the group. We're hearing that we have beach props. We don't. But spoiler
Not
alert.
even a little.
She's like, I've told the girls that whoever has the prop is the person who's in the, who's everyone's focus is going to be on. We never see the props. No. There's a little like goofy ramp little thing in the back that looks like sort of the beach.
Yes,
and
yeah, sort of.
It's like, that's it. But there's nothing to hold. There's no property. There's no, I'm holding a beach towel or like
else,
whatever.
Like standing behind them. No like palm trees or whatever.
The moms are keeping in with the water theme. The moms are up in the Lido deck. Abby is like screaming at Nia, and she's like, have you never had a dance class before? Yeah. And Holly is like, okay, maybe this is too much attention.
Well, yeah,
Holly's like, I know I just said 5 minutes ago she needs more attention. I didn't mean it like this. This is too much.
Abby says that Nia doesn't have, like, basically that she doesn't have, like, dancing instinct. And
True.
Holly's like, this is all because I asked, and Nia's getting bullied. Yeah. It's kind of a high stress.
She's like, I should have shut my mouth when I had the chance.
Yeah, I should have stayed in line, but the producers told me to talk.
Yeah. Then the moms are kind of like speculating about whether or not Kelly's going to come back. Excuse me. We hear this back and forth a lot, but that's what we're hearing about it now. Abby says that she's going to replace the two dancers. She's like, Kelly has taken Brooke and Paige, like, with her. So I need to replace two. She replaces one. She does not replace two.
Nope.
We'll get back to that in a second.
Abby in her talking head says, we're going against my enemy. Kelly left us without 2 kids. Just remember, everyone's replaceable.
T. Every finger gun's replaceable also. You know what I mean? That everyone's replaceable shit is so annoying to me. Like, duh.
Right.
Everyone's replaceable in every job and every artistic career ever. Like, yeah. Actually, yeah. That's kind of the way that, like, entertainment works, is that it's replaceable. And, like, people get older and they get replaced. And Abby went to, I would like to remind the class, prison. She went to prison, and she was replaced. So, like, duh. I don't know. She thinks it's a slam dunk, but, like, it's just not. It's just like stating a fact.
It's one of those things
it's annoying to me.
She just likes saying it.
She really thinks she ate up with that. I'm like, girl,
yeah, whatever.
It's not that serious. We come back from a commercial, and Abby's like, I don't trust Kathy. I think she's gonna have something up her sleeve.
She calls
her
to
be prepared.
She calls her a crab with her rotten apples. And she's like, I know that witch has something brewing.
So many goofy little jokes.
There were a lot of them in this episode.
Well, when you identify your brand with a thing, you open yourself up to the floodgate of puns.
Yeah, especially the candy apples.
Like candy apple. Like, come on, girl. Yeah. Like, you're asking for the jokes. We see some more group rehearsal. We see more of Abby yelling at Nia, and Holly says that is it Holly or Abby? I think it's Holly calls her a tough cookie. Or is it Abby that says that? I have Abby says that. About Nia?
No, I think Holly does.
I think Holly does. But my mom used to call me a tough cookie. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Holly and Christy are kind of commenting on how confusing the water number is. Like, they don't really know what the point is. But again, to our previous point, not mad about, amorphous theme. As long as it's not like, a number about like a national tragedy or like something that we should probably never actually talk about. They're like, oh, we'll take the confusing over the like overtly painfully obvious. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine.
I just know, I haven't seen the rest of the show, but eventually Abby's going to run out of ideas and do like,
I think Abby's already run out of ideas.
Tears dance or something. Just something horrific. I'm calling it now.
I'll say this: the Rosa Parks one is not as bad as it gets.
Oh,
the Rosa Parks one is not as shocking as it gets. Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh God.
And then at this point, Abby's like, I can't do this anymore. The numbers are off. Everything's off. I need a different dancer. Everything's off. So she brings in Peyton, who is coincidentally early for her private lesson. And she's like, oh, look who's here early. Peyton.
What a coincidence.
Would you like to step into, it's so goofy.
Well, Abby notes, first of all, I'm going to bring her in, even though she has a smart mouth. True. She's 15 going on 16. Yeah. Abby says in her talking head that she could be the leader, which honestly is fair. Yeah. She is a good dancer.
Brooke is 14 at this point. I think she's
Brooke's
1 year younger.
15. She is younger, but
not that much younger.
But Peyton is, I think, overall a better dancer.
Yeah.
And could be a leader. So this is an opportunity for her to jump into a leadership role.
We're not going to comment really on girls' bodies, obviously. Her abs, dude, they're crazy. There's one shot of her, and she's obviously just finished dancing. Peyton has. And she's just come out of a trick or just stood up or whatever. And it is a 6-pack of abs. It's not to be gross, but I'm like, oh my God. That's because you're at that point in your life where your metabolism is just going crazy.
And they're crazy active.
Shredded. Yeah,
they're crazy
oh my
active.
God, yeah. Christy mentions Leslie. She's like, fuck, if Peyton's here, that means Leslie's here. And Leslie comes up, and the moms are pretty nice to her, and she's like, oh, normally you're not this nice to me when I'm here, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, they did give kind of the fake high pitch.
Hi, Les. Yeah. Chrissy's like, we need to all team up because there are some bitches coming to town.
Yep.
So we can't be fighting. We have to get it together.
Well, Christy says that, going up against the Candy Apples, having Leslie around is nice because she's seen a brawl or 5 in a bar before.
Yes. And she says we need her for backup.
She's scrappy and we need scrappy.
Yeah. Yeah. Leslie kind of asked the other moms immediately. She's like, so do you think Peyton could be on the team permanently? And the moms are like,
the body's not even cold yet.
Girl, probably not because of the allegiance that Abby, weirdly enough, does have to the Highland girls. So, no. Unless he's like, well, if we keep showing up, I'm going to want her to be on the team. And everyone's like, okay, cool. Doesn't matter. We don't care if you want to be on the team.
Everyone is so uninterested in it. Leslie's trying really hard to have this argument. They're all just maybe,
okay, girl,
I don't
whatever.
know.
Yeah. And that's it. It's dun, 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 and then we go to a commercial. We get maybe 10 seconds in Ohio. Kathy's group dance is something about the seasons.
The 4 seasons. She says
it's very weird.
She assigns 4 of the kids each a season, and then this kid named Lucas is, quote, the instigator, getting the seasons to the ultimate extreme.
Okay.
Again, Kathy just says words and has no clue what's coming out of her mouth.
Yeah, she doesn't know where the sentence is going.
She has no fucking idea.
She's like you. Sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry.
I'm a little better at talking than Kathy is, I think.
I think so.
She is a nut.
Yeah, she's an idiot. You're not she's nefariously stupid.
Yeah, I'm dumb, but at least
But not with ill intention.
I can finish a sentence.
Yeah, right.
I've finished a sentence or 2 in my day.
Oh, God. I knew you were going to say that.
We're in the Lido deck, and Christy suggests...
Oh, yes.
Filling up designer knockoff bags with bricks and then hitting Kathy with them. Jill then pauses for a second and goes, I'm game, and jumps up with her hand in the air.
And then we got to a commercial. It's very exciting. With the moms, one thing I did skip, the moms are all of a sudden yelling about that time that Black Patsy got up in Jill's face.
Yeah.
Which was
crazy.
It was alarming. That was a weird thing that happened for sure.
Yeah.
But they're all doing that thing that white women do where one starts and they kind of exacerbate the situation. And with that added agitation, their voices get higher.
Yeah.
So one's like, I really couldn't believe that happened. Another mom was like, I also really couldn't believe that happened. And the mom was like, okay, no, wait. I really had a hard time believing that happened. And you're like, okay, ladies, let's take it down an octave. Let's simmer down.
Jill then kind of says, she better not get my personal space. She's kind of laughing.
Or
then
what, Jill?
Melissa locks the fuck in and says, if she does, I'll deck her. She's stone cold serious.
Melissa, she has a crush on all of her friends.
Melissa also, Black Patsy would.
Girl, it would be 2 hits. Her hitting you, you hitting the floor. It would not be a fair fight. Like, come on,
no,
be
Black
serious.
Passy would dismantle you.
She absolutely, and would be very excited to do so, and has expressed that excitement.
You're the appetizer of the meal of destruction she's about to enjoy.
Maybe not that. Yeah, she eats bitches like you for lunch. Like, maybe that's not the move, you know? We go to a commercial. Yes, we come back from a commercial. This is a very weird moment. It's Vivian, Kathy, and Kathy's mom out to eat. Kathy asks her mom if she wants to come with them to the competition, and her mom responds with, I guess, which is devastating.
She's just so uninterested, and then kind of says, oh, I guess I should trip Abby down the stairs.
Yeah.
Kathy's like, maybe not. That's a little much. You got crazy all of a sudden.
Yeah. It's weird. Also, at some point, Abby called Kathy's mom pathetic. They make mention of that. I don't remember that happening.
They tried to make this whole thing a storyline, and it just
went nowhere. Yeah, we don't hear anything after this. It's really weird. Also, the grandma makes really passive-aggressive comments about how much Vivi's eating.
Yeah. Oh, she's an eater, huh? She's 7, so yeah.
And she said, well, she really likes food. Yeah, she likes food because she's a fucking kid. You gross, disgusting, senile bag of bones. I cannot stand when people shit on kids for doing kid shit.
Also,
it drives me nuts.
What's wrong with anyone liking food?
Also, I'm going to take a minute.
Food
just
is
a second.
Dope. I love food.
If you as an individual, man, woman, or otherwise, as an individual, are willing to open your mouth and express that you think that someone else is eating too much, you are self-reporting that you are jealous that that person eats more than you. You're saying, I wish I could do that. But that's not what you're verbalizing. But that's what you're saying. So if anyone is like talking shit about like, specifically a woman being like, like having another piece of cake, you're mad. These bitches are mad because fuck yeah, I'm going to have another piece of cake. And if you want another piece of cake, you can go get one.
Yeah.
This is a child eating French fries. Arguably the most wholesome activity possible besides being a puppy. So like, let the child eat the fries and shut the hell up and go find some joy and like stand in the sun and touch some grass. I hate old people shitting on kids because they're afraid they're going to grow up fat. That's crazy. I grew up in a culture that was afraid I was going to be fat. Joke's on you bitches. I grew up fat anyway. It doesn't matter. Kids are kids. People have bodies. Shut the hell up and eat some damn fries.
Yeah.
Put that on my tombstone.
It's just...
I can't do it.
It's such an indicator that like...
Keep talking. I'm going to fix it.
I'm unhappy and also think that you should be too because of that.
It's literally like if I can't be happy, no one can.
Yeah. I was told... when I was younger that I should watch what I eat, and now I feel the need to. It's like the fraternity thing where like I was hazed and you should be too.
It's like, if I suffered as a child, it builds character. It doesn't build character. It builds
trauma.
Yes, it builds resentment.
Yes.
It's so annoying to me. And like to do it, I don't know. To do it to like a grown woman is one thing because like at that point you have the wherewithal to like say something back. But to say something passive-aggressive about a child's eating habits in front of her to her mother is, like, so disarming. And it made me, I don't know, it kind of made me sad. Like, it genuinely made me feel sad. Like, I hope that Vivi didn't internalize that comment.
The nice thing about it, I don't think Vivi even heard a word of it.
No, I don't think Vivi's on this plane of existence.
Consistently is so spaced out. And on it, I fucking love it. She was just like kind of mindlessly chewing on something. Like, oh, she's an eater. And Vivi's just like, yeah.
She's like, yeah. But it's also like, it implies something about Kathy's parenting.
Yes.
Because she says it to Kathy, like, oh, your daughter's going to get fat, bad mom.
Yeah. Old people, but old women specifically that I've seen are so good at cramming so much like of an insult into so few words. Like the amount of like horrible per syllable all-time high with like older Christian women.
It really cooks my grits. You're just jealous. These bitches are mad. Go get your fries and do your one and shut the hell up.
She's so old too. Like, I
know.
You're gonna be dead soon anyway. Just eat a fry with her.
Literally. Enjoy your life, dude. Enjoy your life. God, it's so annoying. Okay, anyway, off of that soapbox. We're back in Pennsylvania. We're seeing the trio rehearse. And Christy says that she doesn't feel like this trio is, quote, meant to win. She doesn't really elaborate on what it means that she doesn't think it's meant to win, but that is what it is. Holly says she's nervous and she doesn't want to lose to Kathy. Duh. Leslie makes a comment about the seat that she's sitting in on the bench in the Lido deck. She's like, I kind of like the seat. I like this spot on the bench.
I hope it's permanent. And Christy's like,
permanent.
Nope.
Yeah, Chrissy's like, it's literally not. And she says that she thinks that Leslie's on drugs if Leslie thinks that she's going to be able to replace the Highlands. She's like, she's smoking crack if she thinks she'll be able to replace the Highlands.
Yeah, Jill then asks, like, why would you want your, like, older 16-year-old girl dancing with 10-year-olds anyway?
Fair. A fair question.
Then Leslie brings up an unrelated but also kind of fair point about Kelly, like, has walked out on the team like 3 separate times. She's like, how many times is too many?
She's like, Peyton wants to be here.
Regardless of how correct or incorrect Kelly may be.
It's a good point.
How does Abby keep putting up with it? Like, Abby has claimed that she hates all 3 of the Highlands.
Yeah.
They've straight up left the studio 3 separate times. Like, how many times is too many?
It's a good point. I hate to see a bitch have a good point, but here we are.
Yep.
Leslie or Christy's like, what did you say the other day about the guy in hockey that's always starting the fight? And Leslie's like, oh, the goon? And she's like, are you the goon? And she's like, no, I'm not. Is that a real thing? I've never heard that before.
I've heard it more referred to as an enforcer, but yeah.
Oh, okay. On hockey teams specifically?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. Do we have one on the Preds?
The big guy, usually on the 4th line, who just goes and kills people.
Sure.
Yeah, Tanner Jeannot was one for a few years. We traded him.
Was Jordan Tutu one?
Jordan Tutu was the enforcer.
I remember that. They used to sell those train whistle things.
Yeah, his job was to go out, hit people, start fights, and get in the penalty box.
Have no teeth, be ugly, make $1 million.
Yes.
Every like 10 seconds.
Yep.
Abby comes upstairs and she's like, makes a comment that Leslie just made about Leslie being in Kelly's seat. And Leslie says, like, me and Peyton will take every chance we can to be here. Like, I want you, Abby, to know we will take every opportunity that we can to be here.
Sure. Good. Sure.
And she kind of, which is like, fair, stop. But she doesn't stop. She keeps going. And she's like, because of that, I think we should be a permanent fixture. And Abby's like, no, Brooke is on the team.
You're getting out over your skis.
Right. And when I was like envisioning the number, I envisioned Brooke. I did not envision Peyton.
Yeah.
So no, Peyton is a sub. Peyton's filling in. Peyton's not on the team. No. And then Leslie's like, well, it just sucks that Peyton keeps getting kicked off the team. And Abby's like, she's not getting kicked off. She's not on the team. She's a backup. She's second string. She's not getting kicked off. She's like tapping in or tapping out. That's it.
Right.
We got to Ohio. Can you take this? I don't have the energy to do this. Kathy and Anthony shit really sucks the life out of my body. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah, Kathy, they're starting the rehearsal, and all the moms are sitting in the studio, like not on their little couch behind the
not behind a wall. No,
they're just sitting
in the
off
room
to the side, on chairs. And Kathy says the moms will keep the chatter to a minimum. Anthony will keep bold corrections to a minimum. Anthony then goes, "Who said that?
Who said that?" And she was like, "Me."
I did. Which brought, like, why are the moms even in the, like, you just need more drama in this episode?
They're like, hey, you guys aren't being interesting enough.
Yeah. Kathy then asks, Anthony, is your bark bigger than your bite? And then he's just like, I don't bite. And she's like, you bark. He's like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I talk shit. Yeah.
And what about it?
Yeah. And what else?
And what notes do you have for me about
that? Kathy then asks, like, oh, did you change a part in this dance? And he's like, yeah, Brooke couldn't get it, so I swapped something. And Brooke's mom from the side is like, oh, please, she could get anything. He's like, well, she couldn't get this, so I changed it. And then Kathy eventually, like, they kind of talk through who has creative control. And Kathy says, Anthony forgets who signs his checks. Like, no. He just cares about his creative product.
Yeah.
If a kid can't do something, then okay, we'll adapt a little bit. It's not like an insult. Whatever. Right. Anthony then says, listen, I'm the real performer. Take a seat and enjoy the show.
Kathy also, like, looks over her shoulder at one of the moms and is like, sorry, Anthony's being a dick. He really likes to show out when y'all are in here, basically, is what she says. Yeah. And he's right there, fully hearing all of this. So, like, Kathy, you also like to show out, girl. You also like to be that girl. You're doing it right now. I can't, Kathy Anthony stuff, like, I don't know what it is,
it
but
doesn't have to happen.
Really irritates me.
That's
like,
really
more than
it
a
is.
lot of other stuff. Like, I can't. It's so not needed. The villainous energy between Kathy and Abby is good. I don't need Kathy to have a sidekick. Abby doesn't have a sidekick. So just, like, have Kathy and the moms versus Abby and the moms. Done. This, like, secondary character who thinks he's the shit is, like, totally unnecessary.
Well,
like,
Anthony
plot-wise.
he doesn't need to be, like, a bad guy at all. Like, he's likable.
Yeah, he's talented. Just let that be that.
Talented. He's a little bit of a tough teacher, but, like, he cares about the success of the kids and of the group and everything. Like that, just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's just annoying. Like, we get it. We know what we know that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like that. Like, it's just annoying.
But he feels constantly disrespected because Kathy comes in and she sounds so condescending when she talks to and about him.
She's condescending him for sure.
Yeah, and he's just like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
He's like, I'd stop dancing for Beyonce for this?
For this? Yeah, for real. Do you know what a rude bank robber walking down the stairs is referred to as?
A rude bank robber walking down the stairs? Oh shit!
Condescending.
Oh sure.
Condescending.
Yeah, that's good.
Future professional comedian right here.
That's good. Yeah, you should open with that.
On my Netflix special.
Yeah.
I got a really not to make it about me again, but I got a really nice compliment from Bestie of the Pod, Bradley, who said that during. Oh wait, I might have already told you that he said this to me, but I can't remember. He said that there were multiple times during my set that, you know, like on Netflix when you're scrolling through stuff, it auto plays like a little clip. Mm-hmm. He was like, I kept thinking like, oh, that's a clip I would see on the Netflix menu, and I would want to click on your set because of that thing you said.
Yeah.
I was like, that was such a specific and very lovely compliment.
Yeah, well, because you know exactly what he means.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what that means. Yeah.
Shout out to Bradley.
Shouts out. We cut to commercial. We come back. It's the day of the competition. We're seeing the little fangirlies outside freaking out.
I love that's a thing.
I know. Like, Abby, Kathy. You know, we get a long recap of all the reasons why we can't lose this week again. In case you forgot, in the 30-second Charmin and Chevrolet commercial break.
Not a sponsor, but it could be.
Yeah, for both. I mean, I need a car, so we get this true.
Charmin.
Enjoy the go. You know what I mean? The girls are getting ready. What?
Which brand is that? That could be
Charmin.
either.
Enjoy the go.
Enjoy the go could also be a car.
Is it what's Chevrolet's thingy?
I don't know. Like a rock. Wow, I'm dating myself with that one. That was back in the 90s. I don't know what that means.
Oh my god, I heard
like a rock.
I heard that really niche song you referenced last week. Black something.
Black Betty.
Yes, I heard that song in an ad, and I was
Mammogram.
Damn.
Whoa, Black Betty. Mammogram.
I was like, Eli is infiltrating the system to prove a point.
Yep.
We see the girls getting ready. Peyton says the bitchiest thing I've heard a child say probably ever. She was like, just so y'all know, my name is Peyton. It's not Brooke. It's not Paige. It's Peyton.
She says Peyton.
Peyton. Yeah, so annoying. And Abby says, okay, that right there is the reason why she's not on the team.
Yeah.
That's some 15 going on 16-year-old bullshit. We don't do that here.
She said no other kid would speak to me like that.
Which is true.
Yes.
That's true.
Leslie then says, well, she's sticking up for herself because you called her the wrong name. And Abby's like, I do that to everyone. It's an accident.
I accidentally called her Kendall during rehearsal. She's making a passive-aggressive comment where she's like talking to quote unquote everyone, but she's not. That is a specific to me comment because I'm the one who kept calling her the wrong name. So she's being passive aggressive. And then Abby kind of like preps her for a question where she's like, I'm going to ask you a question and the answer better be yes, but I know it won't be. Do you have your solo costume in your bag in case I want you to do a solo at the last minute? Payne's like, no. And she's like, yeah, you're not on the team. Like, you don't know how like what we're doing. You're not operating at our level. So shut up a little bit. And I'm like,
Peyton then rolls her eyes.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, but I hate to agree with Abby.
It is probably one of my least favorite things to do, actually.
I know. I'm like, damn, she kind of ate her up. That's kind of a good point, actually. Okay, then we see the Candy Apple green room. We get another round of reasons why they want to win. They do the apple core chant. No one cares. The trio is up first from the ALDC. Abby says that she wants as little interaction with that other team, quote unquote, as possible. Immediate cut to the Abby Lee Dance Company moms leering in the hallway waiting for the candy apple encounter.
Yeah, and then Melissa points out Yvette's Spanx. She's like, I can see your Spanx.
I can see your Spanx. You're wearing the wrong size of Spanx. Your Spanx are too small.
And then Christy calls out Yvette for saying that she would ruin her kid, which we don't know
so I was
happened.
Like, that's strange.
Yeah, Yvette straight up denies it.
Yeah, and Yvette and Asia's mom are like screaming immediately in the hall, mad at each other. Again, the beef. I'm confused as to where it came from, but I respect the beef.
And then it immediately stops.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm unbothered.
There's no follow-up. There's nothing else. They scream at each other for 10 seconds, and then it's done.
It looks like the lighting is different. It looks like they're backstage. It's like... the wonky editing was really in the room with us. It was so strange.
It was on display right here for sure.
The Candy Apple Trio goes, it's fine. Also I didn't even write this down because it was so uninteresting. The Candy Apples did a trio. It was about spies.
Yeah, spies like us. They had newspapers. It was really dumb.
It's dumb.
I heard the first few seconds of music and I was like, holy
skip.
Shit. Skip.
The Abby Lee Dance Company Trio goes, it's obviously better. No one cares. Candy Apples Dance Moms being rude.
Classic.
Excuse me, I got a lot of acid reflux. I went to Hugh Babies for dinner for my dad's birthday, and I got a lot of acid reflux. Anyway, no one cares. The moms are being rude.
Commercial.
The groups are getting ready to go after we come back. Candy Apples goes first. It's fine.
In the LDC green room, Abby, they're running through the dance, and Abby's like, is anyone smiling? I know Maddie is.
Whatever.
Cool, Abby.
Okay.
Had to just sneak.
Don't forget, I don't love you all as much as I love Abby. Yeah. I mean, Maddie. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't forget. Don't forget. I hate all of you bitches except Maddie. Love you.
Maddie's at the top of my heart's pyramid.
So annoying. The Candy Apples goes first. It's fine. To me, it's just so obvious that the ALDC is just dancing at such a higher level. There's no competition. I know you don't watch the dances. But it's like watching. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. It's like watching Centennial's marching band, and it's like watching Franklin's competing at two different levels. I can admit it. I know my marching band was bad, but it's just
not bad, just not.
This is
Franklin.
The instructor is not as qualified as the competitor's instructor. True.
Sure.
And there's just not as much gravity to you perform with this group of people.
Yeah.
Which adds to the drive and the passion and whatever. That's just not there. It's hunky-dory, cheesy, goofy nonsense with the Candy Apples.
A ragtag group of performers as well.
Right, and dancing for your life for Abby. So I'm not saying one's obviously one is a little more damaging to the psyche, but they're just not on the same level. They're just truly, in terms of skill, they're not on the same level. The Abby Lee Dance Company goes next. It's obviously great. Abby says she thought it was good, especially for having only learned it in 2 days. We get to the awards.
Oof.
The trio awards go first. The Candy Apples Dance Center trio gets 7th place, which I was like, damn, that sucks. Abby Lee Dance Company trio gets 5th.
Yeah, that's bad.
They're not that much better than 7th.
No.
That's not good.
We talked, I think, on the last episode about, I think Chloe got 4th and Maddie got 2nd. I think that's what happened with their solos.
Yeah.
And, we never see 4th, much less 5th for a trio. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad.
Holly kind of set up earlier in the episode that, this was a, big, legit competition.
Right, yeah.
And so...
Christy says she doesn't think it was meant to win. Whatever that means.
That's just odd. We don't usually see that.
In terms of the group, the Candy Apples get 3rd for their group, and the Abby Lee Dance Company gets 1st.
Screw you, Kathy.
You do love to see it. As much as I hate Abby, I love to see her slam dunk on Kathy.
I like the kids winning.
Yes. Yeah, and I like the camaraderie of the moms.
Yes.
When they're like, our kids are the best. Fuck these other moms. I just think it's funny. So, it's not because it's Abby. It's because of literally everybody else.
Yes.
The Abby Lee Dance Company moms are pumped.
They are legit. Yeah. Melissa walks in and goes, oh, what a rush.
Yeah. what a rush. And then Christy's like, don't get it twisted, Les. You're still not on this team.
Yeah, they're all cheering, and immediately she's like, hey, Leslie, by the way, fuck you.
It's like the producers were like, hey, Christy, you have to be messy enough for you and to cover for Kathy or Kelly.
Yeah.
You have to be just as messy for both of you.
Yep.
Leslie is so pissed that Christy would make this comment. She's like, why? What the hell? Like, why did you have to say that to me?
I will say, I think she pretty drastically overreacted, but I think it's because she's trying to make the most of her limited screen time.
Yeah.
It's like, I might not be back next week.
She knows she's on borrowed time.
Gotta cram all the crazy into one episode.
Yeah. And then Christy says that Leslie is like a boil on the butt of humanity.
A phenomenal line.
That's awesome.
Phenomenal line.
And Abby comes in and she is screaming that she knew that not having Kelly there would be the best thing ever, which is so annoying because Kelly chose not to be there.
Yeah, and the other moms still clearly love her, and she's coming in and just like reveling in the fact she's like, "Oh, Kelly's not here. Everything is perfect," knowing full well that's going to piss the other moms off.
It's so annoying. And after Christy had just talked a big game to Leslie about her not being a member of the team, and then Abby says that thing, and it's like,
united
so annoying.
on zero fronts.
So annoying. The candy apples just like walk into their dressing area.
Well, they like kind of knock.
They're just like, hello, and then
Christy
just walk in.
goes, nobody's home.
Kathy brings in Anthony's mom, which is so
what a move.
Different.
What a move.
And she says, this is Anthony's mom. And Anthony's mom goes, yes, I am.
She is a woman of stature.
Yes. It's so the vibe. You feel the vibe immediately shift.
Everyone's
immediately,
like, oh shit.
And Jill says, "Okay, so now we know why Anthony is the way that he is." Jill, why would you say that, you idiot? Black Patsy, who up until this point I fully forgot was there.
Yeah, she
didn't really start any shit at all.
Yeah,
she's now screaming. Anthony's mom is screaming. Everyone is yelling at everyone. Christy gets in the middle and she holds her hands back like this and she goes, this is just about dance. It's not that serious.
It's just dance. What the hell?
Yeah.
At one point,
the voice of reason.
Yeah, at one point Anthony's mom Jill is seated and Anthony's mom gets in her face.
Yeah.
Like inches away and is like very threateningly getting up on her, and that's when Christy kind of steps up and she's like, y'all, this is wild, stop.
And then they just leave.
The kids are gonna
like, right.
And then again, I bet there was more shit, and then they just
producers are like, stop, all right, you're good, bye.
And
they're
Anthony's
like, okay,
mom's
bye.
probably like, hey Jill, sorry about that, I know I went a little overboard, I just got
She's
so
like,
lost in the character.
Did I accidentally bump your earring? I'm so sorry, girl. Love you, bye.
Sorry about that. I remembered to put a mint in, so hopefully it was a minty scream in your face. So.
Sorry, girl. And then Holly asks, like, to Abby, she's like, so how do you feel about Kelly, Paige, and Brooke? And Abby goes,
Who? I'm sorry, is there an owl in here?
Who? So annoying. And then Christy is like, literally everyone wants them here except you. And Abby's like, whatever. And then, like, it just kind of peters off into, like, nothing. Next week, we get the little, like, blurb that this same conflict will continue, so...
Shocking.
Buckle up. We're in for a similar ride. And that's it.
Yep, it sure is.
Eli, you got a song?
Yeah, let me make sure I haven't added it already. I have not. Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World.
Oh, that's a good one.
A good pop punk. I just was listening to it earlier today and I was like, oh man, I haven't heard this song in forever.
Damn.
I am a pop punk girly.
Yeah, you are.
But that song came up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so great!"
Like, what a time to be alive.
Truly.
You know? The song I would like to recommend is called "Close to You" by Gracie Abrams.
So close.
I made a joke on my TikTok about how it sounds like an unreleased track from Lord's Melodrama album. So if you loved 2016 and like the Chainsmokers, Lord Melodrama, Halsey era, Close to You kind of feels like that kind of, it really scratches that specific itch for me, at least personally. And a lot of people in my comments on TikTok were like, oh my god, I was thinking the same thing.
Nice.
So there's that. You can follow us on... What, did you have something else you want to say?
I have absolutely nothing else I want to say.
Damn. We are making it out before 10 p.m. tonight. I knew we could do it. Who says that two straight people can't have fun? You know what I mean? Who's to say that two straight people can't stick to a deadline?
How can you say something so bold?
Controversial yet brave
and
opinion.
So true, yeah.
Straight people can't stick to a deadline.
Who claims that? See, now you're doing it, because I'm going to talk for 10 more minutes about that.
No. You can follow us on Instagram at The Pyramid Pod. I post on there sometimes when I remember to and I feel like it. You can follow me on Instagram personally. My Instagram is at notamandab_.
Oh, that's when I talk. My
True.
Instagram is at Eli_farmer_.
Slay.
I had someone playfully cyberbully me the other day. I forget.
Cyberbully Eli unless you're really bullying him, and then I will literally find you and fight you.
It was a delightful amount of cyberbullying.
Okay,
I forget
good.
who even did it, but I will.
Slay.
Someone mentioned me.
Was it?
Yes. Yeah, she mentioned me in her story.
Yes, it was
along with some water gun emojis or whatever it was.
Yes, it was.
That made me laugh a lot.
Bestie of the pod who said that their favorite part of the podcast so far was when you picked up Liza and put her in the lens of the camera.
Yeah.
They were like, that's my favorite part, actually.
Yeah, also, thank you, Abby, for watching us on YouTube, where you can see great footage like me holding Liza. She hasn't been on her bullshit this time.
No, it's 10 p.m. It's past the witching hour.
She's chill.
She's clocked out. She's
Dude,
like, I'm trying to go home.
Yeah, y'all need to go back and watch the last episode. Liza was insane for the first half of it.
Chaos gremlin monster shit.
It was crazy.
Yeah, do you see all those holes that she's chewed in the blinds?
I do, yes.
She's mad that they're not open, so she chews on them.
That's fair.
It's like a $70, $80, $100 problem right there. So.
Damn it, cat.
Love that for her.
Truly.
In a couple of weeks, I'm making this announcement live on air. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have a guest.
What? Can I know who it is? Or are you just not going to tell me and then it's this person?
No, you know who it is. It's the guest.
I know who it is.
It's very exciting.
Wow, I'm thrilled to get bullied 10 times more than I already do.
You think I'm mean to Eli? Tune in 2 weeks, Diva. You have no idea. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Shout out to Neely.